This is Hebeki, a young man who is struggling, miserable, and has no goal in life. One day he was sitting with his friend Daishi, who was talking about a new app that was released on the phone. It's supposed to be a satirical app that shows you your friend will die? No. And not just that. It shows you a video that will tell you how he will be killed. Anyway, the guys sit and laugh about this talk and then continue on their way to go home. But while they are standing at the train station, a strange message arrives on the app immediately. The guy opens it and then they see the train. Entering the station they are in, everyone is dying. They also see themselves dead under the train, and the guys don't know if this is real or what. Immediately they get terrified and worried. And how can someone even film something real like this? Let's run away from the station quickly. But suddenly the wall above them collapses. The train is coming at them, exactly like the video scene. The guys try to escape, but they are trapped. The train falls in front of them, and it looks like they are dead. But suddenly this app sends them a message. Now you have only two choices to choose from. Do you choose to live or die? The guys, without thinking, choose to live. Suddenly, Hebeki wakes up from under the rubble. Not just him, no, but also his friend is alive, surprised and not knowing what happened to him. They also hear a sound coming from under them and go to see if anyone is alive or what. But they find strange monsters dragging people, and there's also a girl being trapped by them. She's about to die, but suddenly a strange light comes out of her hand, and from that phone, a large green monster appears and starts killing the monsters approaching her. And Daishi too, his hand is glowing. A strange creature comes out of him and also starts killing the monsters, and no one understands what is happening exactly. At this time, Hebeki was standing analyzing everything in front of him and trying to make sense of it. He remembers that this app mentioned something about summoning a demon, and he quickly calls out to his friend to come back. He also calls out to that girl to come with them before the monsters finish her off. But before they leave, they notice that this monster is preventing anyone from reaching. It seems like it is protecting them. Anyway, they reach that spot and look at the phone. They find that the monsters that were protecting them have returned to the phone. Also, their information is being written down as if they can summon them at any time. But until now, nothing was appearing on our hero's phone, and he doesn't know what's on it. Anyway, they go outside to see what happened and if there are any survivors or not. Boom, they are literally shocked. The buildings are destroyed around them, and not just the train station, no, but probably most of what's around it too. Many people are gathered, and the police are intervening and trying to go down under the rubble to rescue people. But suddenly, someone enters and stops the police officer. They put up a barrier like this to prevent anyone from entering inside, and it turned out that this person is from Organization 404, which is the organization responsible for disasters and supernatural things. Meanwhile, at the same time, Daishi checked on his family and found they were safe. But Nita was standing silent like this and not giving any sign, not knowing if her family is okay or not. Also, the electricity cuts off and then the network disappears, and no one can contact their relatives any. Then, when he sees her, he knows she is very worried and goes closer to her. He says to her, "Come with me. We'll go check on your family first, and then I'll continue my journey." The girl was afraid to move or do anything, but the guy reassures her. He takes his friend Daishi, and they actually go. And on the way, they sat at that train station waiting for something to take them, but nothing arrives. It became apparent on the girl that she is very sad and upset because she is afraid for her entire family. She is more afraid of this app and doesn't know where she is or what she has gotten into exactly. But at this time, our hero reassures her and says to her, "I don't know what the use of this app is, or even what its problem is, but I am sure that this is just a test, and if we can pass this test and win, then we will be stronger than before." The girl is actually affected by his words and is convinced and thanks him for everything. But suddenly, while they are talking, a strange creature appears in the sky. This creature descends close to them, and its head is getting bigger, and the guys don't understand any. Hebeki immediately shouts at them and says to them, "Let's run away quickly from here." And they actually run from the place. But boom, an explosion happens, destroying everything around them. Nita's leg gets injured, and Hebeki is next to her. As for Daishi, he managed to escape quickly and hide behind this wall. In this time, the monster doesn't quiet down after the explosion, and its shape changes again. It starts firing bullets, and these bullets kill anyone who moves. Also, bombs, and literally, this is their end. At this time, Hebeki says to Nita, "Let's run away quickly." But the girl, whose luck is bad, her leg is injured, and she doesn't know how to walk from here. The monster is also attacking them, and in a little while, they will die. But the guy remembers that. You can use the app and summon the demon. Yes, he will protect us and provide us with some time so we can escape from here. The girl actually summons the demon, and it protects them and takes all the hits in its body, and nothing hits them. But at this time, there is a new video uploaded on the app. Yes, a new person will die. And imagine who this person is, my friend. It is Daishi, who suddenly we find driving a car and running towards the monster to protect his friends. He knows that they won't be able to escape, and because of that, he decided to sacrifice himself and kill the monster with. Hebeki, at this time, sees his friend and the car exploding with him before his eyes, and the guy can't take it. He gets extremely upset, and his power appears in the place, and boom, a difference in the reading meters and a distortion happens. That leader is watching, and she is confused. Who is the one who has the power to summon summon this monster. Yes, it is Hebeki, my friend, who is angry because of his friend and orders his tiger to fly at the monster to finish it off. The monster tries to hit it with punches right and left, but the tiger evades them. Hebeki is also controlling it with skill. He can repel the monster's attacks too, and the monster doesn't quiet down. It gets bigger to make a second explosion and thinks it has won. But imagine, will Hebeki lose? No, I swear to God. Boom! The tiger runs at a very high speed towards this building and circles around it, skillfully evading all the monster's attacks, and gives it one that finishes it off from behind too. It also increases its energy more and more, and literally tickled that hungry monster. What is this sweetness? After that, the tiger disappears and appears in his phone, and the guy runs to the car to see what happened to his friend. But the surprise is, nothing happened to the guy. There is a small djinn like this carrying him, and thank God he is safe. And it turns out that this djinn was summoned by Nita at the last moment after she saw his moods post, and by coincidence, she managed to save him. Anyway, at this time, that leader finds out who the owner of the power that appeared is, and goes to him, surrounding the three of them together with the whole army behind her. It looks like they are arrested, my friend. Indeed, they take them in the vehicles and take them to that organization. Yes, the organization's name is Jibs, and it is one of the strongest organizations in the world whose current function is to fight demons. Anyway, the three guys arrive and are surprised by the place and its vastness. Also, there is someone like this watching them from above named Yamato. He is the president of this organization and responsible for everything in it. Immediately, they take Nita and Daishi and put them in a room alone, and then they take our hero to interrogate him too. They take their phones to examine them to find out how those guys managed to summon the monsters. At the same time, Nita was sitting, worried about what is happening to them, and doesn't know what to do. On one hand, she wants to go and search for her family and go to them, and on the other hand, she feels that they were arrested because they summoned the demon. But Daishi tries to ease her worries and reassure her, and the girl actually calms down. Anyway, at this time, Hebeki arrived at a door like this and entered it, and was surprised by the number of people present. These people are working as if they are monitoring the entire planet. The guy is literally shocked and asks that girl about what they are doing here. By the way, her name is Sako. Sako then tells him about an evil organization that threatens the planet's stability, named the Seven Torrents. This organization has aberrant races that attack humans and intend to kill them. But we developed a summoning system so that we can fight those monsters and stop them. And by coincidence, you turned out to have great power and managed to summon one of the 4 strongest monsters in the world. Yes, the Byakko monster. The guy literally hears this talk, and he doesn't believe it and doesn't know what they are talking about. Monsters? What system? I was just a kid yesterday. Taking exams, life was going fine. Suddenly, the President Yamato enters and says to him, I understand your fears well and know what you are thinking about. But currently, within the next 6 days, 6 disasters will happen. Yes, 6 monsters will appear, and we must eliminate all 6 of them. Otherwise, if we don't defeat them, then we will all die. The guy literally can't comprehend anything and doesn't know if what he is saying is true or false. Meaning, if I run away now, we will all die? I have the power that will make me help those people. Leave me alone for a while to think so I can understand. Sako actually understands his words and says to him, okay, fine. She takes him and his 3 friends to take them to the town they were going to, and says to them while on the way, we left our team number with, if you decide to come back any day, contact us. And she actually takes them to this bridge, but the bridge was full of cars, all stopped. Nita, when she first saw this scene, became very worried about her family and knew that the likelihood of their survival decreases every moment. But they continue on their way and arrive at the shelter here, and Sako then bids them farewell and checks on Hebeki. Then she leaves the place. Nita then was searching for her family everywhere but can't find them. She sits crying, and the sadness increases in her heart more, and she can't do any. At the same time, Hebeki started exploring the entire place and saw the number of injured and wounded people. They literally went back 1,000 years in time. He was going to get water for Daishi and return to the place they were in, but suddenly a monster attacks the water bottle and breaks it. Everyone is shocked and they run out, terrified from the place. Hebeki then was standing shocked from the horror of the situation and unable to respond. He is awakened from his stillness by the screaming of that guy whom the monster approached and is about to kill him. But imagine, will he be killed? No, I swear to God. Boom, the guy activates his power and the tiger appears to eat it to finish the talk. And the guy then goes out running to return to his friend. The tiger is working, hitting the monster and not destroying it. And at this time, Sako was just passing by, seeing the place collapsing. She finds out that an attack happened on this place and also sees the tiger working, hitting the monster and killing it. But more monsters appear from it, many of them, and the tiger kills them no matter how many it kills, but their numbers keep increasing and don't end. In this time, Sako joins the fight and uses her power, and she also summons a monster that fights with Hebeki and protects him. She says to him, the meaning of these monsters appearing, like this means that there is a device they are coming out from. I must find this device and break it as soon as possible. You protect the people and I will break the device. And actually, the girl leaves him and finds the source's location and goes to this phone and then breaks it. Yes, like this, there is no one left but you, hero, and you must finish off the monster. monsters in front of him. Imagine then that it will take a lot of effort from him? No, I swear to God, the guy uses all his power and boom, he finishes them off. He lands some of them and sits down, unable to move, and everyone sees him after he finished off the monsters. And they are still afraid of him, afraid he will go and kill them after he finished off the monsters, not knowing what his true nature is. But at this time, the boy who was saved calls out to him and says to him, "Thank you, hero, for saving me." Because of this word, the guy can't hold himself and his eyes tear up from happiness. Yes, you saved all these people, and you must hold your head high, man. His friends are also happy for him and his abilities, and they know what they will do now. Immediately, they return to the unit again and decide to join them. Yamato then asks them about the reason that made them return so quick. Hebeki replies to him and says to him, "Since I now have a supernatural power and can help people, then I will help them. I will never delay in helping anyone. I won't let anyone harm my planet as long as I am alive." His friends are also with him in what he will do, and Yamato is very happy with them and gives them their first mission and says to them, "Let's go for it, heroes!" Anyway, they board the train immediately and head to their mission, which was about searching for a doctor named Beko. And this doctor is one of the most skilled programmers in the world, and they suspect that she was kidnapped by the Seven Torrents. Anyway, they actually arrive at the important place and meet a group of people waiting for them, a girl named Naya, and with her another person named Keita. And it's clear on Keita that he is not comfortable with these guys. He wants to complete his mission and leave as quickly as possible. Immediately then, the guys go to the doctor's place and search in it, but they don't find any. It's as if she disappeared from the place. At the same time, Keita was walking outside and killing those monsters, but the guy finds something flying in the sky and runs after it. It seems he reached something or what? At this time, Yamato was watching them and likes his determination and enthusiasm towards protecting people, but he put him there for a reason and surely knows that a disaster is about to happen. Indeed, he strikes the alarm bell and a hacker enters the Jib's domain and tries to breach their defenses. Everyone tries to counter this hacker, but without any benefit. The hacker breaks through their barriers and no one can do anything to him, and it looks like they are about to fall into his hands. At this time, Hebeki was standing squeezing his brain to find the reason, but the breach location is distributed throughout the entire area, and it's as if they are an army, not just one person. Suddenly, Hebeki gets a message on the phone. This message has a picture of a person who will die soon. And yes, my friend, a picture of Keita, who left them and went alone. Naya, when she sees it, is literally shocked and determines the location of the station he is in. She finds out where it is, and Hebeki also makes the people focus their search on that station. And when they do that, they discover the hacker's location and that he is very close to them. This guy also looks dangerous and controls many monsters. Will they be able to save their friend or what? At this time, Hebeki arrived at the station location and they call him quickly to return. The guy was about to reply, and boom, a giant monster appears behind him and hits him. More monsters appear in the place, and he is literally surrounded from every side. His phone also falls, and it's over. The guy will die, but he quickly runs towards the phone and takes it and summons his demon. It comes down hitting everyone. No one can stand against it, and it was very cool, but there is no use for what you are doing. Yes, the numbers of monsters don't end, and it looks like you will die too. The guy also takes a hit and is thrown, and if he falls on that iron, he will die. But boom, at the last moment, Naya catches him. Daishi also joins the battle, and Hebeki, and the world is at its peak of coolness. The guy, when he first saw him affected like this and his face red, which is that he admitted they are now out of his team. But at this time, the monsters multiply more and more and finish off all the other soldiers. Yes, there is no one left now, but our hero team alone against all these monsters. The guys then try with all their might to stop them, but their numbers don't end. You feel like there is no end to the number of monsters. And because of that, Yamato decides to use one of the viruses they developed against the demons and stop them. And actually, they use it, and it manages to immobilize the monsters and makes them advance so they can stop the hacker before he completely breaches their defense. Nita and Daishi arrive at the place where the hacker is, and they jump on him very quick, but with one hit only. Nita and her demon are defeated, and another monster appears and chokes the girl and throws her from above. But luckily, Keita catches her and joins after that. Hebeki joins the battle and attacks with his monster on the demon, and Naya also attacks with her monster, but without any benefit. This monster is very cool and has deadly defensive capabilities, and the only solution to kill it is that they all attack at the same time and from different directions too. There are only 2 layers of protection left, and the hacker is about to breach the system and stop the defense immediately. Hebeki then sets a quick plan and says to Keita, "Let's go." They both attack the monster quickly and with high coordination, and they manage to defeat it. Daishi, also from behind them, hits the computer to stop it, and it's over. They are the ones who won the battle. But can you imagine that the matter is that easy? No, I swear to God. The monster appears again and hits the guys. Keita notices the attack happening and pushes Hebeki away and takes the hit in his place. The monster takes control of the girl again and makes her continue the breach. Yes, like this. Their defense is over, and the first disaster is about to bloom. At the same time, Hebeki saw this scene in front of him. Yes, he saw his friend Keita Nita fallen, finished, in front of them exactly as they saw in the video. And after that, he was sure that they didn't change anything. No, on the contrary, they added fuel to the fire. This big monster appears and breaches the defense. It looks very dangerous and not intending any good. What will happen next? At this time, Naya went next to Keita, and it's clear and apparent on her the great sadness. As for Hebeki, he was still in shock and not believing what happened in front of him. At the same time, the giant monster entered the city limits and clashed with the police. Of course, no one among them can do anything to it, and they resort to the supernatural organization that summons part of its soldiers and tries to stop it. But still, the monster was very strong, and there is no one capable of it. On another side, there was a mysterious person observing what has happened, and he looks like he is not okay. And at the center of the supernatural unit, the Jibs team started summoning and prepared everything to fight the monster too. They take our hero, Hebeki, to be in the back lines of defense. As for Nita and Daishi, they were not included in the plan original. Anyway, everyone starts attacking, and the monster was very dangerous and hits with all its force towards the people, killing and destroying everything that comes in front of it. Even the entire medical team dies, and Daishi doesn't know what to do. Hebeki then was standing and hearing those screams and still hasn't recovered from Keita's death incident. At this time, Nita was trying to look for Hebeki to stand with him and not leave him in this ordeal, but she couldn't find him. She approached him and asked that officer about his location, and she is about to go up to the building he is in. But at this time, Mia and her forces started hitting the monster to stop. They were trying to target its joints and thought it was easy, and they would finish it off very easily. But the monster destroys everything in front of it, and it's over. The girl was about to die. But boom, Hebeki arrives at the place. Yes, he broke Yamato's orders and entered the middle of the battle because he doesn't want anyone else to die. He orders his tiger to start attacking, and actually, the guy's attacks were cool and were hitting the monster. But unfortunately, this monster is resistant to lightning attacks. Your strikes are useless. On the contrary, it increased its power, and boom, it returns the strike to him. Everyone tries to defend him and dies. Even Naya tried to block the strike in his place, but her entire body was destroyed, and literally the girl is no longer able. The monster then left him and passed to the area after him, and Nita had arrived there and didn't find him. Immediately, she started defending him and used her energy in his place to fill the void he left. The girl, literally, her power keeps increasing, and she summoned a new demon that came down hitting the monster from all directions too. The people provided her with support, and the girl is doing her part and more. At this time, Hebeki was standing in his place and upset because of what he did, feeling that he is the reason for the death of all those. At this time, this person appears from behind him and says to him, "Well done, yes, well done for killing all those. I know that you found yourself cool and have power and decided to try it and protect everyone, but I want you to know that because of your stupidity and recklessness, all those people lost their lives. If you see yourself as a man and can protect people, then get up and continue. Don't keep crying like a coward." Hebeki then, when he hears his words, is very affected and says to him, Yes, I don't know who you are or why you are saying this to me, but I have now realized what I will do." At this time, the monster, from the many attacks, a large part of its body had fallen, but it gathers a second attack and puts all its power in. It's about to hit everyone and kill them. Imagine that. Will Hebeki allow this to happen? No, I swear to God. The guy stands under it and activates all his power and shouts at the top of his lungs. He gives the tiger a dose of enthusiasm, and literally the tiger's power is no longer normal. It attacks the monster from all directions, and the strike tears through its body and it returns to him anew. Everyone is standing shocked by the size of this power. And what is this greatness? Oh, my son! The monster actually started to fade away, and everyone who sees this scene was happy. Finally, we have a hero we can rely on. But at the last moment, the monster was about to hit Hebeki and kill him. But boom, a horseman finishes it off. Two more appear out of nowhere, surround our hero, and say to him, "Come with us." It seems they have a secret too, my friend. After that, the whole team goes to look for Hebeki, but he disappears from the place. And after they return, Yamato makes a full team dedicated to searching for Hebeki to find, and as soon as they arrive at that station, they are surprised to find Nita and Daishi in the containers. And it turned out that they came here to search for their friend too, without anyone knowing. But as soon as they get off the train, they get a message from the app about a new person who will die. And unfortunately, the friend of this person is Hebeki, their friend. How will he die? At the same time, specifically at the organization's center, Yamato was standing with Sako, searching all the places where their hero could be. They also determined the location of the disaster that will happen, and they seem to suspect it is in a close place. At this time, Daishi and Nita arrived at a place with many people gathered and don't know who they are. They see monsters attacking them like this and wanting to kill them. The guys immediately take out their demons and work, hitting those monsters to protect the people, but their numbers were very large, and it's impossible for them to handle all of them. But suddenly, Hebeki appears in the place, summons a new and different monster, and finishes off everyone with one strike. The guys see him and try to talk to him, but he disappears in a second. He returns to this place and meets two people in it who are Shu and Ronald, and it turned out that they are the ones who kidnapped him, and it seems like they brainwashed him and convinced him that Yamato is evil and wants people to die and rule the world. And because of that, he wants you to fight with him and finish off the monsters, and he will take the world very easily. Anyway, they actually take him to this place and inform him that they have determined the location of the second disaster and also determined the time of its appearance. They will go immediately to fight it as soon as it appears so that it doesn't kill anyone, and they save the largest number of people. The guy, of course, offers them his help and that he has a strong monster that will be able to help them in this mission. And of course, everyone agrees. At this time, Yamato was sitting like this with the core, talking about a matter between them, but Yamato gets angry and controls himself and is about to leave when boom, he gets a message on the app that informs him that Hebeki will die today. How will he save him? At the same time, Hebeki and the second team have prepared themselves and gathered the tools to enter him to the monster's place. But at this time, his friends enter to him, hug him, shout at him because he left and abandoned. But the guy, despite his happiness with them, knew that behind him is a terrifying fate today, and he must face it. The guys also find out that they saw he will die today, and the guy said to them, "No problem, I will be able to avoid this fate." Anyway, in this place here, there were two people walking inside the pipes and trying to go to the monster's place, also, and kill it. They meet Ronald's soldiers and start a fierce battle between them, and as soon as they know that they are from the Jibs organization, Ronald also intervenes to stop them. The guys are working, hitting each other, and there is a disaster about to happen in the place too. And some idiots, honestly, still hitting right and left, and boom, the monster finally appears. Yes, this is the second disaster and the second day since the start of the trial. The guys immediately unite with each other and attack the monster with all foolishness and before it is fully formed, but without benefit. This monster's power was terrifyingly strong, and no one can stand against it. They try, no matter how they try. There is no effect from their attacks. The monster then hits them with one strike and it's over. They were about to die, but boom, Hebeki appears in the place and protects them. His friends also intervene and distract the monster so he can hit it and finish it off. The time then, using his new monster, was cool and in control in the fight against the disaster, able to handle. But at this time, Nita weakens and the monster also splits into two halves. It hits Hibeki's demon and his team, and he gets injured. It's over. To kill him. Yes, this is exactly the same death scene. Our hero looks like he is about to say goodbye. Imagine then that he will say goodbye to the legend. Yamato knew? No. I swear to God. Boom. He catches him at the last moment and hits the monster. He also summons a legendary monster, and it comes down hitting the demon, not destroying it. He uses his arm too, and it is the only one that ends the whole story. Yes, Yamato finished the third disaster with one strike only, and it seems like this guy's power is not normal. Of course, all the organization members know about the disaster's disappearance and are happy from what happened. As for Hebeki, he was upset, and this bothered him because Yamato, since he has that power, why didn't he save the people in the previous disaster? Since you are like this, you should have protected them and not let them die. Ronald also, and everyone supports our hero's words and say the same thing. At this time then, Yamato gets angry and says to them, "You don't understand anything. We are all just chess pieces moving according to his will. Each of us has his role, and believe me, with time, the vision will become clear and you will understand everything." Ronald then doesn't like his talk and orders his men to appear in the place. Yamato immediately uses his monster for defense, and Hebeki also summons the Byakko. Everyone will fight each other, but suddenly the core arrives at the place. How did he come and what does he want exactly? At this time, everyone returns their monsters again and asks him what he is doing here. The core says to them, "Nothing. I was just passing by and found out that you finished off the monsters, so I came to see you," meaning Hebeki, of course, doesn't know who this is and what his power is and why he helped him before. But Yamato seems to know who he is. Well, Ronald then thinks he is a demon and makes his followers capture him and surround him, and suddenly the core summons a demon out of nowhere that finishes off everyone in front of him. He says to him after that, "I want you to calm down like this, man, and wake up to the talk because I am the one who gave you the monster app. Is this talk true or what?" The core also says to them, "Now, I don't want you to fight with each other, and this is because there are 4 disasters left, heavier than each other, and if only one person manages to pass them, he will get the reward." And after that, he left them and went away. Everyone, of course, was shocked. What reward? And one person? What is going to happen to the world exact now? The Jibs organization calculated what will happen tomorrow and knew the danger of the new disaster. Yes, this is not one monster, no, but 3 linked to each other, and they must be killed at the same time, otherwise they won't die. And because of that, this time the fight will be with the cooperation of everyone with each other. And yes, my friend, if you don't cooperate, the Earth will be destroyed. Indeed, on the 4th day, the 3 teams distribute themselves on the monsters. Yamato alone will fight a monster, and Ronald and his friends will fight a second monster, and Hebeki and Nita also will fight the last monster. Will they be able to handle them or what? Immediately, Yamato gives the signal, and the team goes down hitting the monsters. None of them escapes. Team Hebeki manages to discover the location of the monster's core and destroys it in seconds, but the other 2 hadn't died yet, and because of that, the monster returns again. Not only that, but they get a message on the phone, informing them of the death of 3 people from them. Yes, Ronald and Shu and the girl with them them immediately. Hebeki calls him to run away or stay away from this monster, but Ronald says to him, no, he says. To him, it's my death or two, man. If we die, this will help humanity get rid of this disaster, so we will offer our lives as a sacrifice for it. They launch, actually all of them, towards the monster and lure it to this place, and that girl also activates all her power. As soon as the monster stops, she hits it with it and then finishes it off and on its core. Yamato also finishes off his monster, and finally Hebeki finishes the matter. Yes, like this, they have won over the third disaster, and everyone was happy. But imagine that the matter is over like this? No, I swear to God, with an explosion happening from the monster, it goes to those three. And of course, you know what happened to them. My friend, everyone, after that tries to contact them or call them, so they reply. But it's over. The guys have disappeared from existence. Of course, sadness and upset loom over all the organization members, and they no longer know until when they will die in this way. At this time, Hebeki went to this bridge, sad about what happened to his friends, but the core appears standing next to him, and it's apparent on him the sadness. He says to him, do you know what will happen if you manage to pass from this disaster? Hebeki said to him, what? The core said to him, a person will appear to you and grant one of you his wish. I am supposed to be that person's assistant, the one who helps this world towards destruction. But after I lived with you and saw your civilization, it became difficult for me, so I decided to give you this app. Yes, I won't be able to help you directly because I cannot disobey my master, but I, at least, will be able to help you like this. Hebeki then, after hearing this talk, doesn't believe it strongly, but he sees in front of him darkness starting to eat the horizon and everything. The core says to him, this darkness will finish off the entire earth after the seventh day, and this is whether you can or cannot get rid of the disasters. Your fate will be annihilation anyway, and everything will be in the hands of the one who remains. Everyone also then notices the new waves that are appearing, and no one knows how they will act after that. Hebeki then sleeps on himself and wakes up to find the core next to him. Yes, he is the one who brought him and took care of him and brought him here. Hebeki, of course, is shocked and asks him why he is so interested in him, since Yamato is stronger than him by much, and it's better for you to help him. The core says to him, I actually at first thought that Yamato is the brilliant hero, but his thinking and his way of leading the world doesn't please me. But a person like you who loves humans and sacrifices to save them is the one who will make a difference to me. People won't just be like the quiet ones. Of course, Hebeki keeps being affected by his words more and more, and the guys, his friends, appear to him. They are shocked by the core and what brought them here, but they must hide the matter so no one knows about it. At this time, specifically in the atmosphere, the third disaster appeared about to fall, but Yamato and that girl and Naya unite with each other and make a sweeping attack that breaks the monster, and they finish it off. Yes, this disaster this time is easy, and there are no losses, so to speak. But the bigger problem is in the coming ordeal. The monster that is coming, they must sacrifice a person to stop it, and unfortunately, the choice falls on Nita, because she is the only person who managed to summon Loki and has the potential to summon the demon that will defeat this disaster. The girl then was standing shocked from the decision and asks Sako a question. If I sacrifice myself, will Hebeki be safe? The girl said to her, yes, this is the only way for him to live. Nita actually agrees to her suggestion, and it's over. She decided to sacrifice herself. The next morning, Hebeki and the guys were standing in the headquarters waiting for information about the new disaster. As usual, but they are surprised that Nita is not here. They ask Yamato about her, and the girl appears on the screen in front of them, tied from all directions, and it looks like she is about to be sacrificed. Hebeki, when he sees her, goes crazy and shouts at Yamato about what he is doing. He says to him, don't you care about anyone? Save Nita. But Yamato says to him, no. He says to him, I did all this with her approval, and she agreed to it. And anyway, if Nita doesn't agree to help us, then we all will die. And this is because this disaster is a demon that multiplies to infinity, and the only solution to kill it is that we summon an opposing demon with the sacrifice of a body compatible with it. And unfortunately, the choice fell on Nita. Hebeki, of course, was hearing the talk, and he is shocked and not believing what his eyes are seeing. The girl then, they locked her up, and she started transforming actually. She was continuously screaming from the pain, and it's over. The possession is successfully happening. Hebeki can't bear it and runs to her to try to save her. As for Yamato, he uses a communication device with her and controls her and the monster she summoned. He makes it run after the demon and eat all of its body, and the demon was continuously regenerate. It was multiplying at an unprecedented speed, but the new monster was faster than it and managed to finish it off. But at this time, the demon had taken possession of the girl's body completely, and there are only a few minutes left, and she will disappear from the world. At this time, Hebeki goes to her, but he gets hit and falls on the ground. He tries to talk to her, but the demon is the one who replies to him and says to him, I know that you are not the one who summoned me. I have now found the summoning location, and I will destroy all of. There are only a few humans left to bring me here. And after that, it runs at its maximum speed towards the passage to destroy it. At this time then, Daishi was very upset about what happened to his friend and went out to hit Yamato and bring her back before she dies. But Yamato gives him a hit on his head and says to him, I don't have time for you. We are about to die if we don't move. Indeed, Nita arrives at the headquarters location and activates her power to destroy it. but Hebeki appears to her from again and blocks the attack and tries to talk to her. He tries to wake her up in any way, but there is no benefit. The demon says to him, "It's over, my dear. The girl's consciousness has disappeared into the void, and I am the one in her place. So go away so I don't kill you." And boom, it hits him with a strike, but the tiger protects him and takes it in his place. Hebeki then was about to fall, but Yamato catches him at the last moment and says to him, "This is no longer Nita. It's over. This is the demon and must be killed." He actually summons his monster to kill her, but Hebeki doesn't let him and makes his tiger attack him. He manages to finish off the monster of his. The demon then doesn't wait for them much and attacks Hebeki to kill him, and everyone thought that he died, but boom, the guy surprises everyone and activates a new power. It shocks the demon, and he manages to cancel it. Yamato and those watching are not believing. And what is this overwhelming ability? The guy then approaches Nita and tries to erase the demon and says to her, "Wake up, Nita! Wake up! I can't lose you!" The girl her consciousness starts to return, but she is hesitant. She says to him, "Who will I return to? My father and mother died, and there is no one for me in life. The reason that would make me return anyway. I just want to die and disappear from existence." Hebeki said to her, "And who told you that you have no one? I will be sad for you and I won't be able to live, Nita." "Yes, I love." The girl is literally affected by the words and doesn't believe it, and she manages to return from the demon's lair. They hold each other in an embrace in one of the most beautiful scenes I have seen, honestly. And like this, thank God, our heroes managed to overcome this disaster without any casualties. So there are only 1 or 2 disasters left, and literally the disaster that is coming is the most dangerous one in the disasters. After a while, Hebeki goes to the hospital to be treated from the injuries he got, and this is because he used a power new to him, and of course, it strained his body. At this time, the guy was dreaming a dream from when he was small, when he met his friend Daishi, and how they became close to each other and became best friends. He wakes up after that from his coma because he knows that today is his last day. For a while Hebeki was sleeping, the guys got a message on the app informing them that they will die today. Yes, today's disaster is different, and probably no one will survive at all. The guys, despite all this, go there and see this monster in front of it. It shows how strong it is, and everyone is working on it with harmony and tremendous force. The guys' monsters have developed more and more, and it seems that no one will stand against it. But the monster divides its body and takes out a part like this that strikes with waves and hides their monsters. The guys in front of it became powerless. Beiko then sees them and runs to summon her monster to change its frequencies, and she actually can do that, but the monster notices her and finishes her off, her and her monster, in a very shocking scene. Yamato then intervenes and tries to bear the rest of the monster's horror and blocks its attack, but this monster was stronger than him and can break his barrier. It goes to those behind him and finishes them off, one person after another, and no one is left but those 3. They run away from it in every place and in any direction, but the bombs are falling on them and it's over. They look like they will die. Imagine then that Hebeki will let them die? No, I swear to God. Boom, the guy intervenes at the last moment and protects them and uses his monsters on this demon and destroys it. The guy's power is very high and can block in front of the monster and wound it, but this monster was very dangerous and hits him from one side. Yamato blocks the attack with his energy, and from another side, Hebeki activates his power and also blocks the attack. The guys behind him were trying to summon any monster, but without any benefit. The vibrations that the monster made before have interfered with their monsters, and they have a little time before they return. At this time, the demon increased the attack more and more, and Hebeki and Yamato have had enough and can't bear it. Daishi sees his friend struggling for him and about to die. He shouts at the top of his voice and uses his maximum power, and then he summons a supernatural and strong demon that throws the monster and pushes it away. Yes, I won't let my friend die before my eyes. The demon gets up again and tries to attack, but Daishi's monster was cool and can block the attack alone. Hebeki also and Yamato unite with each other in one attack and actually manage to finish it off finally. Like this, all the disasters have ended, and there is nothing left but the reward segment at the end. Who will have his wish granted? Yamato then was confident that he is the one who will get the prize, and this is because he is the leader of Jibs and sacrificed almost all the people to win this war. But the core had a completely different opinion. Yes, the wish will be for Hebeki, and if you don't like it, Yamato, then I will kill you. And it seems like he was the final disaster, my friend. Of course, Yamato doesn't like the talk and says to him, "Give me your best." And the two work, hitting each other from all directions, but the core was developed, so he is still fresh and his power is full, while Yamato is completely exhausted from facing the disaster and is no longer capable of. At this time, the two get a message on the phone, and yes, the core, Yamato will die. The message also reaches Sako, who decides to sacrifice herself for the leader because she was originally a marginalized girl who had no role in anything until he discovered her and employed her with him. His dream is her dream, and she won't abandon him ever, even if she dies. At this time, it's as if he discovered a way to summon a demon that is cool and will balance the power between him and the core. But the second knows about it and doesn't leave, he hits him with his things, and it's over. Yamato will die. He closes his eyes and thinks it's the end, and boom, Sako sacrifices herself for him. Yes, the girl says to him, I don't want you to die. Yes, I wasn't useful, but please live, Yamato. He is very affected by what she did and is upset from what happened. He summons a new demon that attacks the core to finish him off. This demon was cool, and the core took a hit that laid him on the ground. It's over. He is no longer able to move. His body will explode in a little while. Imagine then that he will explode alone? No, I swear to God. He runs at his last speed towards Yamato and grabs him and surrounds him with parts of his body. He takes him up and then they explode in the sky. He sees this scene and is very sad for them and shouts at the top of his voice. But at this time, Yamato appears still alive. And yes, he calculated this move and came out with simple scratches only. And the earth from under is also starting to collapse like this. It's over. All the disasters have ended. He throws his phone and says to Hebeki, you deal with these, and I will go change the world and take my wish. And actually, he leaves him and puts his hand on that thing and disappears from the place. At this time, Hebeki, the monsters start hitting him, and the world is darkening around. He is no longer able to do anything, but his friends Daishi and Nita come to him to support him. They say to him, leave these monsters to us, and you go after Yamato and stop him. Yes, we don't know what your decision will be, but anything that comes from you will be better than him. The guy didn't want to go and leave them, but this is the only choice now. He actually arrives at the place and sees his friends, and they are disappearing before his eyes. They look at him with farewell looks, and they are all hopeful that their friend will choose the right choice. The guy actually puts his hand on that thing and transfers to the same place where they died. Yes, now this is the final point that will determine who will be the owner of the choice. Will it be Yamato or our hero, Hebeki? Indeed, a battle starts between the two, a mental and physical struggle that is not normal. From one side, Yamato wants to build a new world where he is the ruler in and leaves all those who died in their sacrifice goes in vain. As if they are tools, he does with them what he wants. As for Hebeki from the other side, his wish was that he returns his world and returns all the people who died. There should be no more wars or disasters or anything. His dream is to let Nita return to see her father and mother, and Daishi to be with him happy in his life. He doesn't even want Keita's sacrifice to have gone in vain and to wake up from anew. At this time, Yamato gets angry from his silly dream and activates a fusion technique between the monsters. He brings out a legendary monster stronger than all before it and attacks our hero with, and the guy is no longer able to move. His barrier breaks and his dream with him is also broke. But boom, Daishi's monster catches up. Not just him, no, but also Nita's monster and the monsters of all. His friends are with him. And yes, their wish is the same as your wish. The guy is very happy when he sees them and summons the monsters and merges them with each other, and a very strong demon comes out. Even with one strike from it, only it defeats Yamato's demon and breaks it. Yamato then had given his last and it's over. He will die. But our hero comforts him and hugs him and says to him, even you, I won't let your sacrifice go in vain. The light then appears from above them and boom, everything disappears. Daishi returns to stand with his friends again at the station, and he said to him, will the train hit them or what? No, I swear to God. The train comes normally and nothing is happening. Nita also stands next to them, close to them, and the three are friends again. But at this time, Hebeki remembers everything. He remembers his wish and all that he went through, and he goes out to check on everyone he knows. He runs at his maximum speed in the street and sees like this Keita on a display screen in front of him. Naya also, and the nurse and everyone, thank God, is safe and sound. Even Ronald and Shu are also safe. Yes, like this. The guy's wish has been fulfilled and the world has returned, and also there are no disasters or anything. Even the guy goes to Yamato to check on him, and when he sees him, he feels that he still remembers everything that happened. He sits crying happily because they are all safe. He wishes that life would be like this always and that there are no wars in. The core also knew about all that happened and decided to leave planet Earth entirely to the humans and look for another place to go to. And like this, our anime ends with the best ending for it. An ending that has no wars, no conflicts, no disputes or anything. And because of that, we will close the video today before anything happens, meaning my friends. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let's go. Goodbye.